Hey Trent, what's going on, people on YouTube that's going to watch the first part of this, because the rest of this podcast will not be on YouTube. Just wanted to let y'all know, though, that you can watch these videos on Patreon, patreon.com/Taylor Durden. And, of course, you could always get the books. It's $50 for all the books, the Anime Man series, all the other 43 PDFs, and the audio books. And then that's $50, and then it's $10 for the midwifery book, Breath Control is Birth Control, and yeah, man, I want to promote this comedy special June 8th. If I'm still in America, I'll probably be doing it at the Comedy Chateau. It'll be called, it's like the Best of the Fest. It's a comedy festival in North Hollywood. If I'm still in America, I'll be doing it. I got invited to it, and yeah, man, it's just been a wild month and a half of just being on the road and prepping for comedy shows. My brain is in a totally different place. Like, I've been so accustomed to preparing lives. Like, my brain's just been structuring lives, like podcasts and music, and it's just been structuring different things. Like, the way my brain builds reality was in a totally different place, and it's like shifting gears so much into like translating the raw material of my life into comedy full time. Like, I was always, making jokes, making light of life, you know what I mean? But now it's like documenting it, because I had so many jokes for such a long time, and I just was like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't have to write these things down or curate them or make them even better, like the delivery of them. I wasn't really concerned with that, and now it's kind of like a transition in my brain in the way I think, to convert everything into jokes, and to kind of like convert everything that I've already expressed into jokes. Things that I've already packaged in another way, whether it be music or through just lectures. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be organizing a special myself, though, by the end of the year. It's probably going to be sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I've been contacting clubs about it. I'm not sure which theater I'm going to do it in. I got places I want to do it in, but really it just depends on the venue, people being able to get to it. Like, I was thinking San Antonio, I was thinking maybe Tampa or Orlando, or maybe just doing it in LA. Just somewhere where the people can, the airport, they can get to it, the flights aren't so crazy, to get to it. So I was going to definitely do like an hour special at some point in probably in Texas. I'm not, that's kind of where I'm leaning, but probably in Texas, but maybe in one of them other cities I just said. Could be in LA, because I got in good with a few clubs, and just gotta situate it. Just gotta pick the place, promote it, let you guys know so we can show up. I was thinking about doing it at one of my sister's connected camping events, because she be having like a gang of people there, but I don't know, she didn't seem to open to it when I brought it up, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but I figured, I could do it maybe on the mountain, but again, we could probably only get like 50, 60 people out here. I feel like if I pick a good airport in a place where people can easily access, then we could, put it together. I'm not looking to make any money off of it. I just really want to put a special together. We can all meet and link up and, share ideas and stuff. And then we have the special. I have a couple of comedian friends that I would, that'll be like the openers for me and my host and everything. And I think it will be dope. Eventually, and then I'm going to do one in Jersey. I'm going to have to do one at home after the first one. So I think it'd be a dope way to unite people over comedy. You know what I mean? Because I would do an event here, because between November and Christmas, a lot of people have that mobility, whether it's money or time, to be able to come out here. And like the last time we did it in that time frame, it was a really good time. So I might be able to do both, but we'll see. Just have a little brain barbecue out here, have a little rave thing or whatever. You know what I mean? People do entheogens or whatever, and we can have a cool time doing breath work and everything. So that would be like sometime in again between Thanksgiving and Christmas is the best because it's dry still here at that time. Still fairly warm, like low 70s, and it's a good time for people's mobility. Like I was saying, for money and time, they usually have both of those things at that time. So that's kind of what I'm organizing right now, and anybody that, if you know of a venue that you suggest, like, I guess just let me know. I'm still scoping venues, but I got one in San Antonio I could definitely do. I'm just looking into all my options at the moment, so that's kind of where I'm at. So, that's pretty much like the short and skinny of my, I guess, my goals for the year and what I'm putting together right now. But that's more so like a public thing, I guess. But like, as always, man, I guess it's Tuesday for most of y'all, so it's like Identity Crisis Tuesdays. And I was going through a phase of just like no opportunity in a lot of respects. Like, I mean, I could just do the comedy thing. And just like grind it out and just go from city to city, club to club or whatever, stay in the van. And but the thing is, I'm with my dog, so I'd have to go north. As the summer comes, I'd have to go somewhere north, away from, the heat, so that my dogs would be cool. So I don't know, man. Or I end up, because I got a place in Alabama. I was thinking I could just go to the place in Alabama for the summer, and it's 2 hours from Atlanta. It's kind of near like Huntsville. So it's like I could do clubs in Atlanta, and my sister's already plugged in there, so it'd be pretty cool, because she got a friend, or we got a friend from back home that's a comedian in Atlanta, so that could be fun. So that's pretty much like where I'm at. But like, I don't, I at the same time, like I said, I had no offers to really do anything. My life was kind of like cut and dry. It was like, all right, I could just do comedy. But then I started to get offers from, I could possibly go to Munich, play for the Munich Cowboys in Germany, and it'd be good money. Like, that's always the thing, I feel like, what's tough in life as far as like making decisions. It's like I could play ball and it's something I know how to do. I don't really have to think about it. But then it's like the growth, like how much growth am I really going to have, and how much damage am I going to do to my body by subjecting it to that. But I could do that, or I got these offers from these teams in Brazil, and if I play in Brazil, then I'll be in Brazil from June to late November at the longest, or early October at the earliest. So I'll be in Brazil for like 5 or 6 months maybe, or depends on how the season goes. Or I'll be in Germany from April to September. So that's kind of, if I'm doing that, then obviously I can't do the festival in June in LA, and it kind of does stifle the growth of that. But at the same time, I feel like after having gone from club to club, from open mic to open mic, and then auditioning for clubs and everything to get on with, during prime times and stuff, I feel like it's really not much different from rap in a lot of ways. Like, it's like your relationship with yourself anyway, to perform the jokes. Like, you just gotta get your mouth in the muscle. You gotta train it to have the muscle memory to say the jokes. Just like when you rap a verse, you just go, you can know it in your head, but when you say it, your mouth actually the muscles in your mouth get trained to say it. So it's just going over the stuff over and over again. And like, I know there's a lot of comedians that's the beauty of comedy in a lot of respects, is that you get a lot of comics that are big comics and they still go to small clubs. Like the club I was at last Sunday, I mean, everybody been in there, man. You know, not Kevin Hart, Chappelle, Mike Epps, they all been in there before. Earthquake and Friends be in there all the time. Pretty much all the comics are gonna make their rounds. You know what I mean? Craig Robinson, all the comics make their rounds through them clubs in LA. And except for Cat Williams. Cat Williams only does arenas. So it really is just he's going through the shit in his head, going through the muscle memory in his head, training. He got his process of training himself. So I'm like, it's possible to sharpen yourself even without a crowd, because ultimately it's about your relationship with yourself. Like, you know, some of the nights, like, because I was doing it for weeks in a row, and some of the nights doing it, I'm like tired. I don't really have the energy, and I just force myself to do it. And you know what I mean? The jokes aren't coming off the same. People still laugh, but it's not like what it could be if I was really in good spirits. So it really kind of has nothing to do with the crowd in a lot of respects. Like, it's all about your relationship with yourself and your body. So I feel like I can still go to Brazil and just organize, because I got like 20 minutes of jokes that I've curated that I could tell. Like, it sucks being in 5-minute slots between headliners, you know what I mean, because you can't really stretch out and like have any time, you know what I mean, the jokes, you know what I mean, you gotta kind of jam them in there, jam a bunch of zingers in there. You can't just like build jokes because you got 5 minutes. So like, I could do like 20 minutes of curated jokes right now, but I'm working on the next 40 to 60 minutes, so that when I do the special, you know, it's a solid hour and 15 minutes, and I can relax into it. So all of it is really just muscle memory, telling the jokes, going over it over and over again, and listen to myself saying it over and over again in voice notes or whatever. And it's the same shit with rap, you know what I mean? You do a reference track for yourself, you listen to it over and over again, and then you go back into the studio. You don't need to read it, you can just perform it, and then the emotion, you emote way better through what you're saying. So it's the same thing with anything, because it's not really about the crowd, it's all about you and your relationship with you. So that's how it is really with like anything performance is just like that. You know, the crowd is there, but they're kind of just like receptacles. They're not really like, they're not, you know, in a sense they're not there. So, but I am grateful though to the people that came out, man, the people that showed up in LA, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't expecting, you know, it came like 11 deep. I really wasn't expecting anybody to show up. But like, motherfuckers popped up and didn't even tell me they was going to be there. And so it was cool. I'm glad people came out, man, and really showed love. And I don't really, you know, and I had to like do new jokes. You know what I mean? Every time I'm going in this shit, I'm doing new jokes, and like I'm practicing as I'm doing it, writing jokes down that day or whatever it is. So it's not like how it will be by the end of the year once I've really curated it. So I want people to come out and come to the shows and everything, but I don't want to waste people's time or get them to come out for me doing a 5-minute set all the time. So I'm just setting this up to where I have the whole special, whole hour, 15 minutes, and we can all just have a rallying point and maybe make a weekend of it. You know, we do the show and everything, but we still do stuff after that, man. Whatever y'all want to do, whether y'all want to do heroic doses of stuff, whatever y'all want to do, I don't know, man. Or just breath work, whatever I guess the consensus is. We'll just do that. You know what I mean? And Airbnb some mini mansions or something and get it together, you know what I mean? Have a rallying point. I think it'll be a fun time, man, because anybody that stuck around with me this long, I think they got a pretty good sense of humor, you know, and probably a dark sense of humor too. But that's really where I'm at, man. Like, I was gonna go to Belgium to play, but I would have had to get somebody I don't really know, and to watch my dogs, and I really, I really can't do it, man. I love my dogs too much. It's not that the dude, I don't know, he might be trustworthy. The whole time I'm thinking about it like, oh man, if you give no trust, you get no trust. But at the same time, like, I live in the wilderness, man. Anything can happen to my dogs with me around. So I'm worried about leaving them with somebody I don't know, that don't know like the flow of this place, like, at all. Like, if I had time to be with them and teach them how to be here and what it's like to be here, then I could feel comfortable, like, in my heart to go leave for 5-6 months and be in another country. So as it stands right now, I'm probably gonna go to Brazil, and then my homies from Texas will come out, watch the place for me, and I trust them, man. They're my guys, man. You know what I mean? Joe, Lucy, and Lunacy, man. Shout out to y'all, man. They're the truth, man. And yeah, I mean, if people wanted to come, the more the merrier, man. If you wanted to come out while I was gone to help with it, I can get you a job up here. You know what I mean? And you got a place to stay. If you work online, a lot of peace and quiet up here. So that's kind of where I'm at, man. I've been following